So we continue with the efficient means of this passenger transport. So we understand the typology. Okay, keeping into the environmental problems. Of course, we are forced to make an approach, a transition towards a sustainable transport, and the lack of accessibility of the low mobility groups also is one of the reasons that we have to make an efficient sustainable one. Okay, so the efficient approach is all about two strategies. One thing, you have to make use of a new conventional technology. It should be old enough, it should be improvised, it should be easily accessible, everybody should try to understand the benefits. Okay, and the use of alternate technology. Okay, so when you say alternate technology, then definitely it should be an advanced technology. Okay, right. So when with regards to the new conventional technology, we will have improvements in the advanced internal combustion engines with the direct injection, like we'll have energy efficient hybrid drive systems. Okay, and then reduced vehicle weight using the lightweight materials, and of course improved aerodynamics. Keeping into all this one, we should be able to come out with a new conventional technology. An alternate approach is all about biofuels and then hydrogen. Okay, as well as the drive systems, we have fuel cell. Okay, so whenever we say fuels, there should be an alternate means it should be always available irrespective of the climatic conditions, irrespective of the scarcity of resources. It should be made available, and that is the reason earlier water they suggested, now these countries, OPEC countries, they are stopping it up. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so the alteration approach recognizes the urgency, okay, to change the transport patterns, and of course whatever transport system that we are trying to propose, it should be affordable, it should be even understandable and affordable by the low income groups, even in the developed countries. The transport system definitely will have, if this is going to take place, then everybody would be using the public transport. Like there would be increased use of the buses, trains and trams rather than using the private transport. Okay, so affordable, well functioning public transport system, even by the low income groups, it can be approachable. And definitely if we have a motorized travel of cycling, bicycling or maybe walking, if we are able to give more of the benefits to the people, then definitely the passenger transport can be well affordable. Okay, so you have to understand the benefits. The government should take steps about educating the public, okay, about the benefits, and of course it would be made possible. Okay, so this is all about the sustainability goal. Okay, continuous transport growth is also there. Okay, like continuous transport growth also will be or maybe it will be contributing to more energy consumption even, and that's the reason we go for the alternate transport patterns. Okay, so as you know, like here it's a landlocked country. Okay, double landlocked country, so which means that you are forced to go with road and rail only. So road and rail, what you can improvise with regards to technologies. Okay, so that should be taken care of. Okay, so the present transport volume should be urgently be decreased. Okay, so except for the basic transport needs, don't cut down on the basic transport needs. For example, if you have to drop your children, okay, so there should be a public children transport dedicated for this. Okay, not cut down the transport. Okay, let them study online, not like that. Okay, so that you should be taken care of. Okay, so there should be requisite for achieving this one. So voluntary transformation should come from the public, not like government enforcing the rules, you have to do it, you have to compulsorily do it, not like that. The government can give the benefits, ultimately it is the human being that has to adapt, that has to transform. Okay, so the transformation should come from the inner feeling. And of course about the transform pattern, there should be increased awareness whatever platforms you will go for, and positive attitudes definitely will give rise to sustainable transport management. Okay, so the changing behavior through the regulation definitely will try to minimize, okay, what the conventional technologies we go for, but of course the inner feeling that really matters. Okay, so the governments and businesses definitely would issue public information about the transport's negative impact and how you can actually transform. So there should be some awareness campaigns even in the public festivals, So that can really contribute forward. Okay, so these are the approaches like with regards to efficiency, alteration, and then reduction. We have like technology, we develop more energy efficient transport technology, maybe like government funding, especially for the demonstration programs, especially for the awareness programs, and then regulation or maybe economic instruments that is concerned with the emission standards for vehicles. Okay, so this much fuel you are going to use, and this much you are going to uh, uh, make a widespread impact on the environment. And the information, it should be adaptable to be used for a energy efficient transport technology, and maybe buying smaller and less powerful cars. For example, like with the car we have like Alto, a three seater car, like a in our countries you call it as auto, like a alto. Okay, a 3 member, so 3 members should be seated compulsorily. Okay, you should make use of it, otherwise don't buy alto. Okay, so that should be the concern. And alteration you have to develop with the new technology for more energy efficient modes. We have like different modes like AGV, maglev, trains, smart cards, we have this one. And we are going to have economic instruments as well for lowering the fares for the public transport. Like in many countries, like for the women, they are giving special discounts. They are giving some sometimes free of charges even. So that is also possible, and everybody are enjoying. Okay, even in my state also it has come. Okay, right. And information, of course, increase use of the public as well as non-motorized transport. The energy efficient modes has to be given forward. And with the case of reduction, you can develop the ICT tools, okay, information communication technology tools for attracting, mobile conferences and telecommuting as well. And then we are reducing the travel demand through the land use planning. As I told this already, okay, so the land use planning should be properly maintained. This for the agriculture, this for the development, this for the infrastructure, this for the tourism, okay, and this for the construction. So that has to be regulated. And you are going to reduce the travel demand through the increasing positive environmental attitude. So ecosystem environmental activities should be taken care of. Okay, so regulation oriented policies should have like standards as well as norms as well. Land use planning should be there. Proper taxation has to be laid off in order to influence the market prices, and of course individual transport decisions also. So you cannot compulsorily like the people should not use private transport. Of course, it is needed to some extent for meeting the basic needs. And if you are able to well efficiently use your private transport, it is fine. Other than that, please, it is for the welfare of the country, it is welfare of the environment or the ecosystem. Okay, so the basic factor should be like individuals cannot be trusted to voluntarily comply with the requirements of sustainable transport. You read this once again. The individuals cannot be trusted to voluntarily comply with the requirements of the sustainable transport. Sometimes you have to make strict rules. Only then the individuals will understand. Okay, can you convince your parents? It's difficult. At least to some extent you can convince. Other than that, you have to tell. You have to tell about the bad impact. Only then somehow it will strike their mind, and definitely they will follow. Okay. So it would be a right decision to make the regulation practices even more stricter in the strict sense, so that necessary standards can be maintained. Okay, so technology oriented policies like inappropriate technology. If we are into developing technology, we should understand the causes, the impacts. Okay, both the positive and the negative impacts. Inappropriate technology definitely will guide us in the wrong path. Okay, and there should be public support. There should be funding, proper funding from the government, R&D, research and development as well, and of course the programs whatever we are laying off, it should be large scale. Okay, so that should be the concern. So we have to promote the sustainable transport. So we should have a mixed approach, both the traditional, conventional, and the new generation oriented social media promoted network that we have to follow. And of course the policies also should be mixed even, and you should reduce the energy consumption and increase the accessibility also. So summarizing, So these are the 6 1. You can improve the public transport, include cycling and then walking. Have a green attitude. Okay. Sustainable land use planning. Transport infrastructure should be efficiently utilized, enhancing the information communication technology tools, and develop the market based instruments based on the taxation and the subsidies that you can go for. So, if you are able to do everything perfectly well, then sustainable transport can be achieved. Okay. So, once again, I'm telling you this is going away from the subject, but you should know that. Okay, as I am telling you that this topic is passenger transport, not intermodal freight transportation, right? So this is assignment 5 for you. Final assignment, once and for all, transportation 2030, trade corridors to global markets. Okay, so what you can establish, think about, and whatever the assignment is I'm giving, you can definitely apply. Okay, in the future years.